There are a number of ways of understanding mindfulness and its application in the clinical context. And sometimes it's hard to describe or really define through words alone. So the thing that I tend to do is I ask people to join me experientially in exploring it. So the first thing that we can do to try to understand this is to see if we can think about our feet. So think about your feet right now. It's a real-time thing. And in thinking about your feet, maybe bringing your attention to ideas or thoughts that you have about your feet, maybe how long you've been walking or standing on them today, any thoughts that you have about whether you like the way they look, any ideas about whether they're in good shape or whether you've got a concern about them that you want to find out about medically, if you've had any aches or pains in your feet and what that means to you. And just allowing any thoughts about your feet to just come into your mind and kind of think about what it means, what you might want to do about that, if it suggests anything to you that is actionable or needs to take place. Just letting yourself think about your feet. And then maybe moving your attention to the breath and taking a breath, feeling yourself breathing in and feeling yourself breathing out. And now taking your attention back to your feet, but this time seeing whether you can sense any sensations in your feet. Just maybe allowing the sensation of pressure of the soles of the feet pressing down into the floor through the soles of your shoes. Maybe noticing any throbbing, any pulsing. Noticing the shoes as they cover the feet, and maybe any areas of tightness or pinching or cushioning. Noticing any sensations on the top of the foot. And even as you do this, you may notice that there are thoughts too, but allowing them to be there and coming back to the sensations right now, moment by moment, sensations in your feet, whatever they are, making room for them as best you can. And then when you're ready, moving the attention back to breathing, wherever you feel the breath, one in breath and one out breath. And so here we have an experience of our feet, but viewed through two different lenses. And so one of the things I'm curious about is, what was the experience the first time when you were thinking about your feet? And what was the mind doing? And what did you notice? And usually people say that they are thinking about judgments, evaluation, thoughts that get associated with one another. My feet are like this, things like what it says about me. So there's a lot of the mind trying to figure out what the feet means in terms of an action agenda. And then in the second, those thoughts can the second approach, those thoughts can be there, but they're actually a little bit less frequent, and there's more attention that's paid to the sensations that are in the feet that are sometimes missed in the first mode. And so these are two ways of knowing some of our experience, because we're still focusing on the same feet. We haven't changed our feet. It's the same foot. But one lens provides us with certain flow of information, and the second lens provides us with a second flow of information. And we can choose which lens to use simply by noticing how and where we direct our attention. And we're doing this in the context of something very neutral, like our feet. But we can also do it in the same way when it comes to dealing with difficult emotional experiences and exploring in the same way what new information might be available to us, how we might see something that we feel we totally understand from a perspective that might give us a little bit more space, maybe even a little bit more freedom to understand it.